Hi everyone, I'm Matt Chenard with Delta Waterfowl, here with the 2020 Migration Update, brought to you by Kent Cartridge. Well, we're starting the best time of the year for waterfowl hunters. We had a great hunt today. We got out and got some early season Canadas here in North Dakota, and we're hearing great reports from teal hunters, from goose hunters, some of the best reports we've heard in several years, so we think things are really starting off nicely. We're going to have our first report from Scott Turning right here in North Dakota, and then do some other reports from the central Mississippi flyways.
We've had an exceptional early Canada goose hunt here today in North Dakota, and it's been a great year for our early goose season. Unfortunately, it ends today, but driving around scouting, we've seen an exceptional number of teal up until last week. We had below freezing temperatures, and many of those teal have gone down the Mississippi and Central Flyway and down to the coastal marshes and all the way down to Louisiana and Texas. So I'm sure you guys are seeing many of those numbers here as of recent. There's exceptional puddle ducks and divers. Our season opens up in the Dakotas starting next week, the 26th, and it should be a fantastic year, so get out and enjoy the hunting.
Waterfowl seasons have started, and here in Wisconsin, our teal season ended on the 9th of September, but I can tell you there's been a lot of success across the state. We've seen good numbers of teal being taken in the New London area, Grand River, Horicon, and then also on the Mississippi. Some cool reports of quite a few birds being taken with bands on the Mississippi. They were actually banded in and around near Lake Alice in North Dakota, where we do a lot of work in the spring, so that's pretty neat to see. I can also tell you that within the last week, the Illinois Natural History Survey was done, and they flew the Illinois River, and on the refuge they counted numbers of 45,000 plus teal on that refuge. As far as the early goose seasons are concerned, we're seeing some good success, but not success that we've seen in the past. A lot of that has to do, I believe, with the fact that the farmers are getting in the fields early this year. We had 2 weeks of really dry, warm weather, and the farmers have been in the fields and been taking crops off. So those local resident geese have been dispersed to a lot larger areas. However, we are seeing success, but you need to get out and you need to do your scouting early. Should be a great teal season, and look forward to a great season overall.
Hey guys, as you can see right here, opening day in Missouri, great hunt. Biggest key right now in Missouri and Kansas, we got peak number of teal. You got to find the water to find the ducks. It's been really dry all summer. There's not a lot of water on the landscape. We were able to find a lot of this flooded smartweed. That's what these birds were in. Had a great hunt today. Get out there, find the water, you'll find the teal in Missouri and Kansas.
Down here in southeast Texas hunting with Riceland Outfitters, and we had just a glorious day hunting these beautiful blue-wing teal. Migration down here is in full swing. I've talked to people all over the state. North Texas, the birds are kind of coming and going, but are in great numbers, as well as down in Port O'Connor, all the way down to the Rio Grande Valley. Those guys are seeing some birds, but they're not quite yet full. But southeast Texas, they are just covered right now in blue-wing teal. Y'all go scout them and go get them.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's great to hear that the hunting has started off with a bang. The teal seasons everywhere we've heard have been great so far, and teal numbers from the counts that we've had in some of the Mississippi and Central Flyway states are the highest they've been in several years, and that's great news. Hopefully that bodes well for the rest of the regular duck season. Now let's get a report from Jeff Adams in the Pacific Flyway.
Here in the West, we do have a couple of states that have had an early goose season. From what I've heard from hunters as they've got a field, they've had great success, and the only challenge out of the ordinary that they have faced has been the heavy smoke from the constant wildfires in the Pacific Northwest. Besides this, here in the West, we have a couple of youth days starting as early as this weekend. Marshes are filling, the birds are here, and the only thing missing is us. So we hope that you take time to get a youth out, get them a field, and make some memories with them. Have a great season.
Thanks, Jeff. Now let's get a report from the Atlantic Flyway.
Hey folks, we're just out here doing some early season scouting for geese. All our seasons are open now in all the districts in Ontario. So here in the southern area, we opened up on the 10th. A lot of people were saying they were having a bit of a challenge this year, the first couple days of the season. We weren't seeing the normal big amounts of birds in wheat fields that we normally do. But a lot has changed in the last couple days. we've seen a lot of birds moving through the area and stopping and grouping up with some of those birds that didn't have a bunch with them. So definitely hunting's improved over the last couple days. With anything for early season birds, you got to find those roosts and try and follow them out to wherever they're feeding, and that's going to lead you to success. We've had our wheat fields and some of our grain fields this year were cut quite a bit early, so we've got you can even see behind me here we have quite a bit of regrowth. So that definitely changes some of the patterns of the birds too. But all in all, I think it's been a pretty good season, maybe average, slightly above, but things are going good, and we hope you can get some birds and get out there and get after them.
Thanks guys for all the great updates. We're happy to hear that hunting is off to a good start. Stay tuned to Delta Waterfowl in October for another migration update, and good luck hunting this fall.